Hey, good afternoon. This is Spirit Journey, and today is Thursday, November 5th, 2015, and it's 2:47 p.m. This is my second video for the day, and it's really like a continuation from my first video that I did today regarding the what they call crystal children. And I thought it was very interesting about her her mindset, and the message she gave that resonated with me was that about, how do you say, um, like where you live. Like some people, they're longing for a home of their own, and she said, you be the home within you, and I thought it was powerful, right? Or if you want to be happy, you're looking for happiness, you be the happiness. And it really encouraged me. So what I want to talk about right now, see, I've been watching different videos on the same subject, on these crystal children, the rainbows, the indigos, and this is a new topic for me. And as you know, as my channel name is Spirit Journey, I am allowing myself to examine all these different elements, different subjects that I never knew anything about. And I feel that I need to start thinking outside of the box, and I need to expand my knowledge and experience. In order to change me, I have to start changing the way I think and information. Information, as you know, uh, influences how one feels and what one does. Okay? So, with that as a premise, I was watching more videos since the video I was watching last night. I came upon this video, and it was regarding a crystal child. And this one child, well, in this one part of the video, they were talking about language. This woman, she has the ability to what they call healing, and she's able to communicate in so-called ET languages, and she can write in these, foreign language that is uh, not known to be from this planet. So the name of the video is Must Watch. Mary Rodwell, the New Human slash Crystals class, I'm sorry, slash Indigos slash Star Children 2012. And it has a large viewership. And there's a segment on this video in particular where it talks about different, hey, cut it out. That's my little Pekingese. He's trying to protect. Get away from that door. Away from there. My apology for that. I'm sorry, guys. Um, but either way, there's a segment on the video that I thought was very interesting, and I like to show it to you guys. I have in front of me a laptop computer that has the position on the video where they talk about the ideas about communication, as they call it, hyper communication. Okay, so I'm going to turn up the video, and I'm going to show you because they have it also printed out. Okay, so I'm going to take this iPad and show it on my laptop computer what they're doing. Okay, let me turn it on.
In mind, communications, that in a majority of instances, star visitors communicate with humans by telepathic transfer of mental images and concepts, rather than by words and speech. And this is really where we go into something I'm particularly interested in.
That was interesting. Okay.
Tracy explains it this way. Everything's made up of the same matter, resonating at different harmonics, so the ETs are able to communicate with us, directing thought on subatomic levels, and so activate the subconscious. These symbols are meant to communicate the nature of the macrocosm. And that's really quite fascinating.
Okay.
Right, let's give you another little example. All around the world I meet people.
Okay, that part right there, I'm sorry for my finger being in the camera. Okay, I apologize for that. So if I did have the iPad shown on the computer and my thumb was in the way, I apologize for that, okay? So that part of what the person was saying about communications, that's what stood out to me. The importance of this hyper communication, as they call it. Why they're so interested in this hyper communication. One thing that comes to my mind is that these star children slash indigos slash rainbow, these children or adults seem to be used as a buffer, as a go-between between regular people and these so-called ETs. And they have a reason for all this. They have a reason why they're here. That I don't know why, but one of the things I do think about is that they want us, the so-called ETs or, Nordics. It seems like they are coming here because they actually want us to change. They don't want to change themselves, but for whatever reason, they're very interested in our so-called evolution. And the way we speak, verbally, is a hindrance. It's a slower process than what they call mental telepathy, the ability to read one's mind, to communicate mentally. And some of these special children, like the indigos, they are able to communicate mentally. For example, on one of the videos I was watching, a mother has a small child, and the mother was just thinking, oh, what should I feed my child today? And I'm wondering whether I should fix them X, Y, and Z. And the kid was there, hearing the mother think. And then the child responded, oh, Mom, it's okay if you fix such and such. And the mother realized that her child could actually read her mind. And I'm not talking about reading mind like, oh, you look upset, because you see someone with a scowl on their face. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, really able to read their mind. And so if we speak verbally, that if you're communicating to these other dimensions, that's not the way, and it's not an efficient way to communicate with these so-called higher beings, And then something else came to me, okay? Now notice I live in New York City, and I notice that everywhere I go, I'm starting to see symbols, yes, we have what they call, what do you call it? Like on clothing, you look at the clothing. It has like a I forget the word that they call it. But when you see that symbol, it's like a brand name. Everyone knows what it is, and it communicates a thought, an idea, an intent, and it's just everywhere in advertisement. You walk down the street, you see the stores that are incorporating these symbols, different types of symbols. And what are these symbols for? Well, as I said, it communicates quickly and efficiently without even thinking. It's subconscious, these symbols, that what they communicate. And what thing has been very, very common or becoming so mainstream now? Well, I'll show you. It's this. These are so-called smartphones, and what's on them? They call them apps, whatever. But what are apps? They're symbols, and you see that they're square, they're square in shape, and then they have a picture, something in it, and it represents something. And again, you just put your finger on it, and boom, it communicates an intent instantaneously. You don't even have to think. You don't have to read anymore. Reading reading takes time. Reading it's a slow process, and as you know, in my videos, I'm very long-winded when I talk. You know, it takes too long. But these little symbols is shorter, and it's very efficient, and it works subconsciously. So, what is the importance of this? You know, well, with the video the clip that I just showed you, it seems like that they want to somehow link um, a communication with the ETs and mainstream. They want to control. They want to overhaul our way of being, and a big part of that is in communication. The better we could communicate with these so-called ETs, the quicker these ETs can change our society. Okay? And what about freedom? How is this going to benefit us? Why do we need to communicate with these beings? What is it like in their hometown? You never hear about that. They never tell you about where they live and what they are doing. So I speak with caution when I talk about symbols. Again, the symbol itself, there's nothing wrong with symbols, but the intent behind these symbols and the intent of someone from outside of this world coming in and changing us. So this is my concern, and I'd like to know what your thoughts are pertaining to this information. You know, I know it's very odd what I'm talking about, and again, on this spirit journey that I'm doing, it's really pulling me out of my comfort zone. I was raised in a very three-dimensional mindset, as I've mentioned in many of my videos. Raised in New York City, um, just you know, went through public schools, just regular, you know, and so I feel for me, for my spirit journey and my spiritual growth, I need to come out of my old self, in my old thinking, which has been extremely limiting to me. I need to expand my mind. And in doing that, I am exposing myself to different things out there, because the more you know, the more you're able to use this knowledge or information as a means to, as a building blocks to higher concepts. You know, like you learn like 1 is 2, and then you learn algebra, and then you learn pre-calculus, then calculus, and you know, geometry. You know, it's building steps, utilizing the it's the bare essentials, and building up to something more complex. And so that's why I am allowing myself exposure to this information. Again, I don't know whether there is such thing as a rainbow child, crystal child, indigo child. I don't know. But what I do know is that you have people who believe that they are, and that you have people that have certain behaviors, and they have certain ways of the way they look and act, and they have certain abilities. And so that's where I'm coming from. These things that are tangible, that can be investigated further through the scientific model. Okay? So, I'm dying to know what your thoughts are regarding this subject. And if you have any, questions or concerns, you can just write it below. Please feel free to share this video with friends or family members who may be of interest to this subject. And you could subscribe, and once again, please give me the thumbs up. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.